Okay. All right, thank you yet again for joining me in an exercise in which I will be reading a paragraph to you, such as the one located to my left. Embedded within it are the potential for errors related to grammar, punctuation, syntax, and so forth. Please keep that in mind as you listen to me read. I apologize again. From earlier videos I mentioned that I have hiccups. That's still the case. All right. Afterwards, or after I read the paragraph to you, I'm going to ask that you pause the video once I've stepped out of frame, such as now, and have you make corrections independently. Please resume when you're ready to correct with me. Let me know in the comment section below if perhaps I've missed something, I've made an error, which happens, or you have a better edit, suggestion, or revision to include. Of course, it'll help not only you, it'll help me and everyone else who's using this video as practice. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, I would appreciate a like and subscribe if you'd like to continue to practice with me. For now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to go ahead and get started by reading the paragraph. All right, these hiccups, man. So after they got settled, Danny and his parents went back up on deck. Mr. and Mrs. O'Donnell talked with the captain, who told them about opportunities in America. "There's land for the taking, he declared. "I've heard the same thing, Captain," said Danny's father. "I'll be the first in line when they hand out the land deeds." Danny's mother agreed. "We've always been farmers. I don't think we'll stay in the city for long." Danny didn't say it aloud, but he thought it might be better to try something new. Life in Boston was more attractive to him than life on a farm. All right, go ahead. Oh, that's right. Go ahead and pause here, make those corrections, and resume so that we can correct together. I am moving and shaking, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So after they got settled, comma, a little bit of a pause, Danny and his parents went back up on deck. Mr. and Mrs. Now here we've got titles. Mr. and Mrs., regardless of where they appear in a sentence, of course at the beginning one of them should be a capital, but regardless of where, they need to be capitalized. As well, they are abbreviated. So you need to include a period at the end, which does not end the sentence, but instead is just a must-have for any abbreviation. So Mr., period, and Mrs., which I'm going to capitalize and add that period, O'Donnell talked with the captain, comma, who told them about opportunities, which is very poorly spelled. So it should be an O-R, opportunities. So opportunities, there we go, we're good to go. In America, period. There's land for the taking, comma, and then close quote. He declared, period. I've, which is a contraction of I and have. When you have a contraction, you need to join those words using an apostrophe. So right between the I and the VE. So I've heard the same thing, Captain, said Danny's father. I'll be the first in line. Notice how here we've close quoted it, but Dad is still talking. So we're going to go ahead and reopen those quotes. So I'll be the first in line when they hand out the land deeds. And then I'm going to close quote there because that's the end of his thought. New sentence. Danny's mother. Here we have a plurality of Danny's. Instead, I want the singular possessive. It's Danny's mother. So we add the apostrophe right after that Y. So Danny's mother agreed. We've always been farmers. I don't think we'll stay in the city for long, period. Excuse me. Now we're going to close that quote because she's done talking. New sentence. Danny didn't, contraction, but the contraction is missing the apostrophe. It's between did and not. Whenever you append the word not to a word, generally speaking, you're going to have the apostrophe sit between the N and the T. It replaces that O. So Danny, didn't, so between the N and the T, say it aloud, comma, but he thought it might be better to try something new. Life in Boston was more attractive, which should have two T's, so A-T-T, to him then, not then, but we're looking for than. We're using a comparative. So T-H-A-N, life on a farm, period. And because this is an inner monologue or just a thought, he's not actually saying it. He wouldn't include quotes or even thinking it. Sometimes in those cases you would include quotes, but not in this case. It's not as explicit. Excuse me. All right. Hope you found this video helpful. If you did, again, please give it a like. I would appreciate it. And subscribe if you'd like to continue to practice with me. All right. Thank you.